Alright, hey guys. It is TsubakiSwagg, and I'm coming to you with my review of Soul Eater Not, Chapter 16, Not of the Dead. Okay, so for those of you who haven't read the manga, this manga is awesome and you should read it personally. And I was just happy that I got a notification that a new chapter came out, because I have the first two mangas and I didn't know that there was even a third one out, so there might possibly be a third one out, so that one will be added to my collection hopefully soon. But this chapter, it was pretty interesting, because in the last chapter, if you have not read the manga, don't watch this episode. Don't watch this video, because I'm going to spoil some stuff, but I'll let you click away. But Eternal Feather Senpai, pretty much she got possessed by I personally believe that it's a witch that they're looking for, but she got possessed and took out some people, and weapons are supposed to protect humans, and she took out some people, but it wasn't under her own will. She was being possessed. And then after that, after she fought Maka and Soul, after Tsugumi, Anya, and Mimi were watching, she pretty much tried to kill herself. She tried to slit her throat, and it was really sad. It was scary. And I know it was scary for Tsugumi, because Tsugumi pretty much passed out as she was watching this. And this is the chapter where she comes to, and she's like laying on Anya's lap. And they find out that Stein, we get to see Stein again. They find out that Stein is the one that was operating on Eternal Feather Senpai, and she came out of surgery okay. So they went in to look at her, and when they walked in, she had a screw going through her head. Well, first, of course, Tsugumi freaked out because Stein has a screw going through his head. But when they saw her, she has a screw going through her head, and they flipped their lids. But they flipped out, and Stein pretty much told them that he was playing a joke on them, and he took the little headband off that looked like a screw. So they were like, phew, okay, that really wasn't funny, but okay. So then after that, Tsugumi notices that Eternal Feather Senpai's braid, which I got cut off when she tried to slit her throat, was reattached, and it started moving by itself. It moved, like it picked up a pen and started writing, and it wrote Jesus Navarra, I don't know, something to that extent, which I don't even know what that means. But after that, her head popped off of the body and started running across the floor. It's like, oh, okie doke. But after that, he told them that it was another joke after they freaked out because the head was chasing them around the operating room. And then he showed them the real Eternal Feather Senpai, and she had a screw going through her head. So it doesn't look like things are looking real good for Eternal Feather Senpai. So it looks like she has a screw going through her head, just like Stein. So I feel for her. She won't be able to sleep on her side anymore. But this chapter, that was pretty much it. All they talked about was Eternal Feather Senpai and possibly having a screw or becoming a zombie, and the fact that Stein likes working on dead people to kind of try to raise zombies. And yeah, it was an interesting chapter. So if you haven't read it, I suggest that you read it. It was pretty interesting. But if you hadn't read Soul Eater Not as a whole, you should also read that too, because it is pretty awesome. But I would love to hear what y'all think is going to happen in the next chapter. I'm really looking forward to it. But as always, please remember to comment, rate, and subscribe. And this is TsubakiSwagg saying adios.